Cambridge United were founded in 1912 as Abbey United, and they didn't begin playing at the ground that we know today until 1932. Henry Francis, then president of the club, offered Abbey United a lifeline in 1931 when he donated land he had acquired to the club and erected a grandstand and changing rooms on it. This land, where Cambridge United have been resident since, was close to one of the club's former grounds, known as the Celery trenches. The first ever match to be played at the Abbey was a friendly against a team from Cambridge University Press on the 31st of August 1932. The first grandstand was not open until March 1934, and subsequent stands were constructed between a period of many years up until 1954, when the final terrace on the west of the ground, now known as the Haben stand, was completed. Much redevelopment has occurred since, including the redevelopment of the main stand to include a roof and extra seating, plus most recently the erection of a new all-seated stand at the south of the ground to replace the original open terrace that had stood there since 1966. In the 1991-92 season, Cambridge were challenging for promotion to the forthcoming new Premier League and were faced with the prospect of changing the Abbey Stadium into an all-seater venue, as all teams in the highest two divisions of the English League were obliged to be an all-seater ground by 1994 due to the changes in legislation that followed from the Hillsborough disaster. But with Cambridge's subsequent decline, they were back in the lowest division of the Football League within 4 years. The ground has changed very little in the last 15 years, and with standing accommodation still permitted below the second tier of the English League, there has been very little pressure to make the stadium an all-seater one. At the same time, financial problems meant that the Abbey Stadium land, donated to the club by Henry Francis in 1931, was sold to then director John Howard's company, Biddy a While, in December 2004. In January 2006, it was announced by John Howard that there was plans to move out of the Abbey Stadium to a new purpose-built ground in Milton. However, fans of the club were very critical of this move, and they said that it risked the club's identity by moving out of the city. Despite Howard describing them as crucial to the club's future, little else has been heard of those plans since. In April 2008, the club announced that for the first time, the corporate naming rights in the stadium had been sold. Although the club's chief executive, Norman Gowtry, acknowledged that the fans would mourn the passing of the Abbey Stadium name, it was stated to be crucial to the club's finances. In June 2009, a new deal was announced with a St Ives-based legal firm to rename the stadium as the R. Costins Abbey Stadium. In March 2010, Cambridge fans started a project to purchase the Abbey Stadium from Biddy a While Limited. The attempt was unsuccessful and the stadium was sold to Grosvenor Estates for £3.5 million. On the 2nd of September 2022, a statement released by the club announced that investment from the club's owners had allowed it to purchase the ground back from Grosvenor. For the first time in 20 years, Cambridge United owned their home ground of 89 years. There are 4 stands at the Abbey Stadium: the main stand, the Haben stand, which was named after Harry Haben, a famous fan from the club's early days, the North Terrace, and the South stand. The record attendance at the Abbey Stadium was 14,000, and that was for a friendly match against Chelsea to mark the first use of the ground's new floodlights on the 1st of May 1970. This was the first time an English League's ground record crowd had turned out to watch a friendly. Along with the sponsorship name that I mentioned earlier, the ground has also been known as the Trade Recruitment Stadium and the Cams Glass Stadium, so it's had 3 sponsorship names in its history alongside the R. Costins Abbey Stadium. There was also another tenant at the Abbey Stadium, and that was the Cambridge Regional College Football Club, who played there between 2006 to 2014. They were kind of like a feeder club to Cambridge United, and they played in the Eastern Counties League, which is I think the 9th or 10th tier of English football. When it comes to records at the ground, such as most goals scored in a game or biggest win, biggest loss, I couldn't really find much information on that. So if you're a Cambridge United supporter watching this video, if you know that information, then type it in the comment section below. The The current capacity of the Abbey Stadium is 7,937 and the club currently play in League One, which is the third tier of English football. So that is my video on the Abbey Stadium, the home of Cambridge United Football Club since 1932. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know in the comment section below. If you're a Cambridge United supporter, let me know your memories of the ground. If you're an away supporter, let me know your memories of the stadium. I'll be doing more of these videos coming up in the future, so stay tuned. But anyways, this has been History of Football, and I'll catch us all later in the next one. Alright, ta-ra for now.